I have a purpose.
I don't think Marty Supreme is a bad movie. I think it's worse than that. I think it's a movie that was marketed like the best film of the year and then delivered a story that feels like 3 different movies fighting each other. It's A24 and Josh Safdie at full volume. It's Chalamet giving everything, set piece after set piece that's genuinely fun to watch. But when the credits rolled, I wasn't moved, I wasn't satisfied, and I just thought, was that really everything? What was that movie actually about?
Everything in my life's falling apart, but I'm gonna figure it out.
If you need any help, I could help you.
You wanna go hustling again? Put your money where your mouth is.
Here's my thesis. Marty Supreme was a trailer for a different movie. The trailer sells an underdog myth. No second chances, greatness, purpose, redemption, the whole thing. But the movie you get is scattered. It's funny, it's chaotic, it's cinematic, and it keeps hinting at a meaning. But it never really lands there. You can literally hear the movie's promises in the trailer we're watching. It sells urgency, him quoting no second chances. It sells destiny, this huge idea that Marty has a purpose. It sells an underdog arc, a nobody becoming the best. And it sells its greatness like it's a religion. There's even a quote like that where it's marketing, Josh Safdie made the best movie of the year that we'll see in the teaser coming up. And listen, that's a bold claim in a year where we got movies with tighter writing, clearer arcs, and actual emotional payoffs. So my question isn't, why isn't this perfect? My question is, why does the trailer promise a story the movie doesn't commit to? When you sell a sports underdog story, you're making a contract. The character wants something clear. The obstacles escalate, and the climax is the moment the obsession collides with reality. And the ending answers the big question. Was it worth it? Even if the character loses, the story should still arrive. And Marty Supreme keeps acting like it's building to that, but it dodges the clean finish line. As we finish up the trailer here, we continue to notice that the movie keeps saying Marty is chasing greatness. But greatness in what sense? Is he trying to be the best in the world? Is he trying to revive table tennis in America? Is he trying to prove something to his mother? Is it about escaping a life of selling shoes? This trailer sells purpose, but the movie never nails down what that purpose is, and without that, the whole journey starts to feel like a motion instead of progress. And for me, this is where it started feeling scattered. There are these entire subplots that arrive with big, huge energy and then just disappear. Like that whole fucks that guy's wife storyline or the lost dog. That guy literally stabbed someone in the middle of the street. It's wild, it's funny in the moment, but it feels like it should explode into consequences, and then they just kind of evaporate. Suddenly these people are gone, these problems are gone, and the movie has moved on to the next chaotic thing. That's the pattern. Conflict after conflict, scene after scene, but not enough lasting consequence to make it feel like the story is tightening. And I want to be clear, there's a reason people are still leaving entertained. Because Marty Supreme is basically edited and staged like a highlight reel of set pieces. Even the trailer sells it that way. Like Marty's just bouncing from one confrontation to the next. It's loud and anxious, intense, and it's genuinely funny. The crowd scenes hit, the energy hits. If you wanted a chaotic ride for 2 hours, it's delivering. But here's the issue. Great scenes don't automatically add up to a great story. You can have non-stop cinematic moments, and you'll still leave emotionally cold if the movie never nails what Marty's chasing, what it's costing him, and what the ending is actually saying. Now, let me show you this line in the trailer that basically sums up my experience watching it.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
Maybe it should.
That's cool, I guess. It's definitely a great character line, but it entered my consciousness immediately, because this movie keeps doing the same thing over and over. Teasing consequences, money, reputation, relationships, family, and then it doesn't fully pay them off in a satisfying way. So that question becomes the audience's question. Okay, what's happening when this dream doesn't work? And without getting too deep into spoilers, the ending feels like it tries to switch the genre of payoff. We get this emotional pivot with this baby. We get tears, we get stepping up, we get, I'm going to support my mother. And then the practical reality hits. He leaves Japan broke, with no money, and now he has a kid. So what does stepping up mean here? Back to selling shoes? Back to the uncle's store? And if this movie is really about greatness, why does it end with a version of adulthood that feels like giving up the dream without fully reckoning it? That's why the ending didn't move me. It felt like the movie wanted the emotional weight of a redemption ending without doing the work of a redemption story. This is where my thesis becomes literal. The marketing that this movie makes, it's selling underdog to greatness to a mythic payoff. But the movie delivers in a way that it's chaos to comedy, scattered consequences with an emotional pivot. Now, I'm not saying these aren't both valid movies, they are, but they aren't the same movie. So the whole time you're watching, you're waiting for the trailer's version to show up, and it never fully does. And that's why the best movie of the year marketing feels insane to me, because I've seen movies this year that are less flashy, but way tighter. Martys that actually know what they're about, and then build every scene towards that. Marty Supreme felt like it had moments of brilliance, of course, held together by one incredible performance, but it's inside this story that can't decide what it wants to be. And here's where I'll give Chalamet his flowers. Bring them out, round of applause. He is outstanding. Like he's just trying to hold up a crumbling building by himself, and somehow when I left the theater, this building was still standing when it could have easily been demolished. Not because the structure was good, but because Timothy refused to let this building collapse. And that's what makes this movie so frustrating. It's not a disaster and it's not boring. It's a movie with elite marketing, an elite performance, elite scenes, and an underwritten emotional spine. Now this is where I'll leave it up to you viewers. To be fair, there are two ways to read what this movie is trying to do. In the first interpretation, it's a story about greatness being unattainable. Someone learning to survive as the version of yourself that doesn't become a legend. And if that's the theme, the ending makes a lot more sense. But in the second interpretation, it's still trying to be an underdog sports myth, but it gets distracted by the chaos and side quests and the emotional landing that doesn't feel earned. My problem is, the trailer sells version 2, but the movie half commits to version 1 without fully delivering on either. Now, let's also give A24 some credit. Yeah, I was excited for this movie, and that marketing sure worked on me.
Swat!
A24 and Safdie might not have made the best movie of the year, but they might have made the best marketed movie of the year. And that's why this one stings. Because Marty Supreme, it's not a movie that failed completely. It's a movie that made me feel like I watched an incredible trailer for a better, clearer movie that never showed up. Alright, we're getting to the end here, but that's just my take. If you watched Marty Supreme and you felt like the trailer promised a different movie, I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just saying you're not crazy, and I felt that way too. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Would mean a lot. And tell me if the ending worked for you, or did it feel like the movie dodged its own payoff. I'll be doing more stuff like this coming soon, and I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
A lot of videos of watching giraffes,